She's driving backwards too. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Empire 161 show. Never mind us, we're jamming out to a little Biggie Hypnotize here. Kick off the show. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday evening. Not really our normal night. Thanks for joining us. Wherever you're catching us at, if it's on the Facebook live stream, if you're joining us on the YouTube live stream, or Twitter, or Instagram, or wherever you found your podcast at some point. Thank you as always. And joining me as always is Lisa Garcia. Lisa, what is up?
Hey, so yes, as Ed said, we're doing this on a Thursday night this week. There were a lot of variables that went into the fact that we had to do this tonight, but we're bringing you the energy anyway, so we hope to receive it back. And we're celebrating Biggie with our opening, so not only did we have former Yankees walk out to his music, but it's his birthday this weekend. He would have been 50 years old. And for all of you that don't know, yes, Ed's got the Biggie Pop doll. And for all of you that don't know, you can get a special Biggie Metro card in MTA stations. And the Empire State Building on Saturday is going to be, I believe, red and gold with a crown. I don't know how they're going to, I guess.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're going to they're going to somehow project the crown onto the Empire State Building on Saturday. So check that out too. Nice. But I'm a Brooklyn girl these days, so it's really cool to rep Biggie and to rep Brooklyn. I'm also repping Andy Pettit with how low my hat is today, because his bobblehead doll's coming out, even though the bobblehead does not have the hat where he's like this.
Kind of think they should have did that, right?
They 100% should have done that. That's what Andy looked like whenever he was on the mound. So
yeah, it sounds kind of weird that they didn't choose that. I thought they definitely would have went with like the look.
I know.
But
that's what's up, Ed. That is what's up.
All right. So I'm going with my friend Alex tomorrow night to get the Andy Pettit bobblehead, which I definitely think should have just been like the look with the hat.
Yes.
It looks like the pickoff move instead, which I guess would be the secondary. But yeah, looking forward to that.
I hope you find a third doll.
I'm getting requests already. I mean, it's not as easy as it used to be, but we'll see. Yeah. I mean, I will always try to get as many as humanly possible. I promise you. I promise Angie. I promise Steve Bernstein. If he catches this, he's already. I have requests. So, but Steve Bernstein was even like, you should buy. Like he was willing to purchase one.
I know.
So I'm like, wow, okay, that is next level. But I got you with that. But all right. Let's just jump into it. Let's just jump right into the red hot, even though they had lost this afternoon.
It's all right. They won the series.
You can't win them all, right? You can't win them all.
You can win all the series, but you can't win all the games.
You can't win all the games. At least right. It's 162. No one's ever gone 162-0. We got goals. Let's just kick it off. We're going to pretty much cover the last two series. Because we were not on last week. We did take a week off. Some jerk decided to go ahead and lose his voice and go to Game 7 of the Rangers-Penguins series. But I can speak now, so that's okay.
It's this way.
Yes, that guy. Let's go back to last Thursday night as the Bombers kicked off their road series against the White Sox and really laid the damn smackdown right off the bat. Yeah, 15-7 beating. Honestly, the game wasn't even that close. They just jumped out right from the get-go. But it was Luis Gil's first start of the season. They had called him up because they did doubleheader last Sunday, so they had a spot on rotation. Gil was not great, but he was eating up innings, and that's kind of all they asked him to do. He went 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Same control problems as we've seen with Luis Gil last season, so there's really nothing new there. But the offense did carry the way when you score 15 runs. Aaron Judge, though, 2 for 4 with his 11th home run at the time, driving in 4. 3 runs scored. Giancarlo Stanton, 3 for 4, 2 homers. That gave him 9 on the season at that point. 6 RBIs on the night. Huge night for Giancarlo Stanton. with 3 runs scored. Josh Donaldson, who's also starting to get going.
Yes, yeah.
Seems to be, these are the big 3 we're going to be naming a lot in our highlights.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 for 5 with his 3rd homer of the year with a double, 3 RBIs. The Yankees offense on the night was 6 for 12 with runners in scoring position. That is incredible. Definitely incredible night.
And you referenced Giancarlo Stanton with everything he contributed to the night. That was his 35th multi-home run game of his career. And he also, I think you mentioned this, he knocked in a career best 6 runs during the game too. So he had a phenomenal night. So did Aaron Judge. So did Josh Donaldson. It's really exciting to see, multiple guys heating up now. This makes it even more fun than it has been. So it's a good time to be a Yankee fan.
Absolutely. And the Bombers' hot bats would keep it going last Friday night, which I had a very bizarre jumping around that, trying to track the Rangers, track the Yankees.
There's a lot going on in sports that night.
Biscuit concert at MSG. It was nuts. But, Yanks went ahead and took that one 10-4. Garrett Cole kept it going. I mean, not his best start of the week, but still solid. Picking up his 3rd win of the year, 6 in the 3rd, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. But that bad man, Giancarlo Stanton, 2 for 4 with a home run, his 10th of the year, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Aaron Judge, 2 big guys keeping it going, 2 for 3 with his 12th homer of the year. Joey Gallo making an appearance on the highlights here with his 4th home of the year. He was 2 for 5 on the night. And Josh Donaldson was 2 for 5 with his 4th home of the year, driving in 3 himself.
Okay, now can we talk about the very weird bench clearing in the bottom of the 1st inning?
Yeah, no, it was very, very strange.
I'm just going to say Tim Anderson needs to calm down in general. Now, he was right for this instance. Josh Donaldson, I believe, pushed him off the base a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I think he had a right to be annoyed. But just in general, Tim Anderson needs to calm down, because the other day, Ozzie Guillen, I forgot what he said on Twitter, and Tim Anderson was like, you need to shut up. No, you need to respect baseball royalty and really calm down.
Ozzie Guillen, the manager of the World 2005 champion Chicago White Sox. Wow, that is some balls on that kid, man.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. He just seems to have a little bit of an anger management problem, But I do agree with him on this instance that happened in the bottom of the 1st. I definitely feel like Josh Donaldson was a little bit too aggressive. He was safe, and Josh Donaldson was trying to get him not to be. So I get it. I didn't think the benches had to clear. I didn't think all the players had to run in from the bullpen. I thought that was ridiculous. Needless to say, it made for a fun, peculiar watch.
It wasn't. It was a typical baseball bench clearing thing. People jumped around. People ran on the field. Nobody was really throwing anything. Yeah. I mean, it's a waste of time. Then they got to wait for them to all go back.
Yes.
And it's nonsense. It pisses me off when that happens.
So, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
My one highlight from this game is that the Yankees are now 21-1 when Stanton and Judge both hit home runs in the same game, and that includes postseason play. So when they're both on fire, we're probably going to win the game.
Yeah, ironically, the only one that they lost was the Field of Dreams game last year.
That's right.
To the White Sox.
That's right.
So, and I know that the Yes Network will beat you senseless in the head with that every single time they play the White Sox. So you'll hear it more this weekend. Trust me, they will not let you forget.
Can I just name too that it feels like Groundhog's Day between us playing the White Sox and the Orioles?
Oh yeah, because it's going to happen again.
Yeah, immediately after it happens.
Yeah, it's just going to keep happening over and over. They're going to start changing the schedules, so we keep playing them back to back over and over again.
Yeah.
But the Yanks would not get that 4-game sweep. Because last Saturday they dropped that one 3-2 on a walk-off by Luis Robert that actually went ahead and walked him off. 9th inning off of Aroldis Chapman, which we'll chat about in a second. But Jordan Montgomery, it's a 3-2. When the Yanks lose 3-2, you can pretty much bet Jordan Montgomery probably started that game because they don't hit for him.
I know.
I mean, they did today. They did today in a losing effort, but he gets no run support. But he went 4 1/3, scattering 6, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. So not Montgomery's greatest start, but Aroldis Chapman took the loss in the 9th inning, pitching the third of an inning, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 1 earned run. So, but Giancarlo Stanton was 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI. IKF was 2 for 4 with a stolen base, his 4th of the year. Yanks offense was 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. So, for me, the story of this game was in the 9th inning when Chapman comes in and he goes ahead and Tim Anderson starts off the inning. He gets on base. You know, he's dancing around. Chapman does not hold runners well. Obviously, if you follow the team, you're aware of this. And then things start spinning out of control. Chapman's all over the place. Then he goes in and walks the second hitter, and then he gets to Robert, and you can feel him unraveling on the mound, and that's troubling for your closer. I mean, we've seen this for a couple of years now, and I will say kudos to Boone and to Cashman and the organization. We know it's all like an organizational decision these days. It's not just Boone alone, regardless of, we know the deal. But they don't always let Chapman work out of these things anymore. Like sometimes we've seen over the course of this season where in the past it would be like, yeah, we're going to let Chappie hang out there and find his way out of it. No, they were going to pull him soon. If Robert got on, then they were going to pull him. And we've seen that throughout the year. And other people are closing games.
Yep.
So he's not like the closer. It's pretty much matchup based now, which I think is the right way. I mean, you can't just be hard-headed about it and say, no, Chapman's the closer. He must do it. We can't hurt his confidence. It's not a coincidence too. This is his walk year. So they're like, hey, we don't care about your confidence after this year because we're probably not bringing you back at $15 million a year anyway. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously they want him to succeed, and he wants to succeed, but, you don't really owe him anything moving forward. But Sunday afternoon, Yanks bounced back, clinched the series, took 3 out of 4 from the White Sox by a final 5-1.
Why was that?
Nasty Nestor Cortez picking up his 2nd win of the year. It's so weird how well he's pitched. It's only his 2nd actual win of the season. But he went 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, which is key, and 7 strikeouts. I mean, one of his best starts of the season. He also had that great start that we didn't get a chance to cover against the Rangers where he took a no-hitter into the 8th inning. But Joey Gallo making his 2nd appearance on the highlights, 1 for 3, with his 5th home run of the year. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. DJ LeMahieu drove in a run, and Aaron Hicks making a rare, appearance on our highlights, driving in an RBI. So Yanks figured out a way to get their runs across, clinch the series again, and that's kind of what you got to do. You just got to keep winning series over and over again. You're not going to sweep every series. Obviously, any competent baseball fan is aware of this.
And with that win, Nestor Cortez's ERA dropped to 1.35, which was I don't know if it still is, but it was the best in the American League at that time. So if you all check our Facebook page, you all already know he's my king of the hill this week. I love that guy. I love everything that's happening with him. They're talking about how that's the kind of pitcher that teams need to go for moving forward. So I'm just really happy with the success that he's having. And the best thing about it to me is how much fun, he has fun while on the mound. You could see him laughing at things. You could see him hyping up the other players. I just, he's just a fun, regular, chill guy. I want to be his friend.
Yeah. I mean, it's I know they were talking about it during the telecast, and that is true because everyone throws. I mean, most pitchers throw in the high 90s now. They're all just trying to be flamethrowers and stuff. And now it's ironic that you go back to the crafty lefty then, and now he's the one who's throwing everyone off because he's throwing the kitchen sink at you every single at bat. And
you have no idea what to expect.
And now these hitters don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you could see things revert. They kind of go in cycles over the course of sports.
So I think you and I talked about this the other day at our games, but one of the things I loved about what they were saying about him during the game was that he knew as a kid that he wasn't going to be an extraordinary ball player, but he also knew it was the only thing he wanted to do. So that's kind of how he created his style. Like he knew I have to set myself apart. I'm not going to be able to throw 95 and higher. So what can I do? I can pause with my leg up halfway through my wind up. Thank you. I can do this. I can do that. I could, switch angles. I don't know. I love his approach and the mentality around it too, because there's more you do not have to be Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge to get into baseball. But if you're crafty and consistent, which is a big word that we need to focus on with people like him, when you're consistent, you're probably going to make it. So good for him for not giving up that dream, really going for it.
Kind of reminds me at times of if you remember those who've seen David Cohn pitch back in his time, another one who's very creative on the mound and would come up with literally invent pitches on the mound.
Yeah.
So kind of I see some resemblance there. I mean, obviously righty lefty, but yeah, the approach is definitely there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we went ahead and the Bombers headed down to Baltimore and kicked off that 4-game series, another back-to-back 4-game series.
Mm-hmm.
They went in and took the opener 6-2. Luis Severino, who in the first inning I was a little concerned about quickly, and then Gleyber Torres had to turn that nice little play to get them out of it, and then kind of cruised from there, picking up his 3rd win of the season. He went 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. My boy Jose Trevino,
yes,
2 for 4 with his first homer of the season. Woo! 3 RBIs. Josh Donaldson was 3 for 4 with an RBI as well, and a run scored. And Giancarlo Stanton was 1 for 4 with a double. Yeah, Sevy looked really, really good after getting out of that jam in the first inning, and he settled down nicely and just dominated. Absolutely dominated.
I didn't hear you say that I might have missed you saying it. Anthony Rizzo hit his 10th home run of the year. And with that marks the first time in history that 3 players, Rizzo, Judge, and Stanton, each hit 10 plus home runs, which is also on our page in case you didn't see it there. In the team's first 35 games of the season. So we've talked about this before on the podcast. It's really hard to have a first with all of the history of the Yankees. So when something like this happens, it's a pretty monumental thing. So yeah, we have all these guys red hot. Who knows? Josh Donaldson might be creeping up and meeting them there.
Yeah, no, Donaldson's been red hot. I did not put Rizzo, shockingly, in the highlight thing because I was trying to actually speed it up, and I admittedly blew past that one.
That's your boy.
I know. It just shows you how quick I was trying to type and get this done on time. But yeah, no, you're right though. Every time we do here, and we always mention it a lot every week on here, is when the Yankees do something for the first time, you got to mark that because that's not been around forever. So it's a big deal, especially in the power department. I mean, Bronx Bombers, all the power hitters they've had throughout their power hitting teams they've had throughout their history. Mm-hmm. This is the one that does it. It's definitely noted. But the Yanks went ahead and took the second game of the series against the Orioles 5-4. A game that probably shouldn't have been as close, but
no.
Well, Chapman kind of made a little bit of a mess at the end of the game, so he's kind of been on notice for a little bit. But yeah, Jameson Taillon got the start, picked up his 4th win of the season, putting him to 4-1 on the year. 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Chapman picked up his 9th save, though, despite making the mess. But in that time, he gave up 3 hits and an earned run and 1 strikeout, which he was on the verge of getting pulled again for the second straight appearance. No, he actually pitched in between. So 2 out of his last 3 appearances, still looking kind of shaky there. But he got Cedric Mullins, and I get why Boone would leave him in one more batter because I think Cedric Mullins was 0 for 11 going into that career against Chapman. So you're like, listen, you assuming can get this damn guy out because lefty-lefty matchup, and he's 0 for 11. So, we'll take our chances and get that. Plus, you don't want to burn through relievers the way that teams use relievers. So, keep as many as you can. But Aaron Judge was 4 for 5 because he got rested the day before. His comments after the game I wanted to mention in a second. He was 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, which gave him 14 on the season, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. DJ LeMahieu was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Gleyber Torres 2 for 5 with a run scored.
I have a comment.
Go for it.
Aaron Judge should have had 3 home runs in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But the Orioles want to be special and move their field's dimensions so that they were the only park in MLB where that was not a home run.
Yeah, it would have been out of 29 out of 30. That was literally the only one. And the thing is, so after the game, well, Judge had a couple of things to say after the game. One of them being, he was like, Meredith Marakovitz is asking about, any little extra thing today. And he was like, yeah, I was pissed off I was out of the lineup the day before. I mean, joking around.
Uh-huh.
So I thought that was pretty good. And they do show, apparently he hits 2 home runs every day after he gets a rest day. So that's something interesting to see. So you could make the argument that on one side, he's pissed off about getting rested, or it's working.
He's Hulk smashing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he is. But then they had some comments about the bizarre left field in Baltimore that this season when they backed up the fence and raised the wall. He just said it made it look like it was like, kind of like Sims and shit, where you start building out your own thing. And then Trey Mancini of the Orioles also can't stand it. And he's talking about, pitchers can't stand it, and neither can the hitters. So everyone's pissed off about your stupid thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb thing. Because they're like, oh, we want to attract free agent right-handed pitchers. How about you pay them? Not go ahead and do this. You do know you have to hit as well on the same field, right? With the same dimensions. You get that, right? I don't know. It's really, really annoying. It's so stupid. And Camden Yards is an absolutely beautiful ballpark.
Gorgeous.
It is. Like, if you haven't been there, definitely go check it out. But it's awesome. But now this thing it's an eyesore now.
Here's where I plug one more time to our boss, Faraci. Faraci, I think Ed and I need to go to an Orioles game paid for by the podcast. I mean, the podcast, Pop Culture Pros, to investigate this more closely.
I kind of like the podcast name, actually.
It's already taken. It's already taken. But Pop Culture Pros, I think, needs to sponsor us doing a deeper investigation into this. Folks, if you agree, please put that on our Facebook page so that maybe our boss Faraci will consider this. I'm just trying to.
Wow, putting on the pressure.
I'm starting some trouble this season.
Right here. Wow. Okay. I like it. But yeah, the Yanks went ahead on last night and clinched the series, taking that one 3-2. Garrett Cole picked up his 4th win of the season. 7 innings, scattered 6 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 5 Ks. Clay Holmes, though, picked up his 3rd save of the season, which ties into what we were talking about regarding Chapman.
Yep.
Does not have a lockdown on this closer role. And it's deserved. And I'm glad that they're actually putting their foot down this season, because in past seasons, they would just let it keep going. So
yes.
He went 2 innings for that save. 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Gleyber Torres was 1 for 4 with a double, an RBI. Josh Donaldson was 2 for 4 with a run scored. And Cole, and they asked him about the game, and he was like, we won this with base running and defense, which, I kind of like, tipping the cap to the rest of the team. That's kind of what you do. Deflect. You don't have to be like, yeah, I was pretty dominant. So, we got to see that.
And this was the 9th straight series win for the Yankees with that win as well. So,
and that's what you do. Just keep
what you do.
Winning series. That's all. You can't win every game. You obviously try, but just keep winning series. And that takes us to this afternoon's game. If you did not catch it, because
some people work.
Some people work. It happens.
Or
some people work, and you can have it on your phone at times, and maybe sneak it in. So Jordan Montgomery got a no decision. Again, 5 innings, scattered in 7 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Big day again, though, for Giancarlo Stanton, 2 for 3 with his 11th home of the year. He became the first visiting player to clear that stupid wall in left field. Okay? And it was a bomb. He didn't just get it by a little bit. He got it by a lot. And his first at-bat, he got an RBI single driving, 2 RBI single driving him. He thought it was gone, and it was almost like he made the point the next at-bat. I'm going to make sure I clear the damn wall.
Did you catch the exit velocity on that? I was at work.
I unfortunately did not.
Okay.
Because he actually hit the home run when I had stepped away for a minute.
Ed!
Well, of course I checked the home run. So DJ LeMahieu was 2 for 5 with an RBI. Anthony Rizzo 2 for 4 with a double and 2 runs scored. I want to get back to Rizzo in a second. IKF was 2 for 3 with a 2 RBIs. That was a bases loaded single that he got there in a situation where they had bases loaded and no outs. And it looked like it was going to be, another out. And then with 2 outs, he came through and got the hit. But they had more opportunities to score more runs. Aaron Hicks, again, failing with runners in scoring position, was one of the people. But DJ LeMahieu, his RBI single came in the 9th inning, opposite field, kind of like bloopers single. So Yanks kept on fighting, but they got to Lucas Licky. Anthony Santander hit his second home run of the game, and that was the walk-off in the 9th inning. So, again, can't win them all. But a couple of takeaways, though. Anthony Rizzo got ejected from this game.
Oh, I didn't see that.
His 3rd ejection of his career. So he, in his at-bat, and it was the 7th or 8th inning, so he gets ejected. And his previous at-bat, though, was Stanton was up. And low strike. This umpire today was calling low strikes all day long. Stanton, they called a ball. They called 2 strikes in that same pitch to Rizzo. And he was just yelling, same pitch. He gets ejected for that. He went irate, went out of the dugout. Boone followed him. No, Rizzo was pissed.
Wow.
And he's just telling him, he's like, all I said was same pitch. If you're going to eject people for that, everyone's getting ejected every game. I didn't curse. I didn't go to that. I know I'm not that guy. And he was also explaining, you could read his lips. I'm not that guy. And, he's not. From what we know, Rizzo seems to be a pretty
this
cool
is pretty
customer.
Surprising to hear.
Yeah, so he went ahead and gets ejected. Ironically, though, the first runner in the 9th inning, which ended up being the winning run, DJ LeMahieu ended up having to get moved around and went to first base, and it was a ball that went ahead and should have been scooped. LeMahieu, solid first baseman, but he's not Rizzo. And Rizzo also mentioned that in comments after the game because he was even more pissed. No, not about that, calling out DJ, but he's just kind of like, I got ejected, and of course, later on in the game, there was a play where I normally would have made, that's there. So, I see his point completely. So it played a huge factor in the game. But, the low strikes kept on continuing there with the Yankees. It's usually Judge that gets the shit under the stick on that.
Yes.
It seems, but apparently a lot of the Yankees were getting that crap earlier today. But sorry, I had a little bit of a drink there. So that was that regarding Rizzo, the IKF situation, and then, Aaron Hicks is just, he has been brutal. Listen, Yankees got the best record in baseball. We're just critiquing, not nitpicking. There's some fans who are, focusing on nonsense. But yeah, Joey Gallo hasn't done much. Aaron Hicks hasn't done much. DJ LeMahieu's not quite DJ LeMahieu at the moment like they used to. And they still have the best record in baseball. Yes, we highlighted it. Judge and Stanton, the 2 best players, they're the ones carrying the load.
Best bullpen.
Rizzo, best bullpen. Starting pitching's been great. Defense has been better. Rizzo was hot early. He's cooled off a little bit, but he's still, contributing here and there. And they're just much, much better defensively. But you do need to wonder at some point, are they going to, look maybe at the trade deadline? You look at center field. You might want to upgrade there. And then, maybe you can try to – I don't see them bringing Joey Gallo back at all. He's in his walk year also. So, if you can get something for him at some point, that's something there. But I think the key thing to remember with this, though, is that there are a lot of fans who propose trades and shit like that. But they're like, yeah, just take all our guys that suck and give me your best players. It's like, no, that's not how it works. So you got to realize to get something, you need to give something. So they're not just going to – people aren't lining up to take all your crap and just give you their best players. Like, that's just not how it works. So, yeah, because we had on our page yesterday, there's Juan Soto talk about him being traded before the trade deadline because the Nationals can't reach an agreement. And it was Jared the umpire from our softball league, our old one on Saturdays. He was like, "Oh yeah, the Yankees should trade for Juan Soto." I'm like, "Oh yeah, great. Okay, what are you giving up for him?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no. He suggested something crazier. He said Aaron Judge.
What? No. What? Jared,
listen to this. His suggestion, and this is on our Facebook page. If you don't follow us there, check it out. He says, "Oh yeah, let's trade Aaron Judge for Juan Soto. And then after the season, we'll sign Aaron Judge back."
Negative.
So let me get this straight. The Washington Nationals, who want to trade Juan Soto, who has 2 more years of control on his contract, they're going to trade you for Aaron Judge, who's in his walk year, and thinking that they can pay him, but they can't pay Juan Soto, and they're going to go for this. Moral of the story is, if you're going to send trade proposals, think of both sides of it, not just what you want to happen, because that's just crazy, and it just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So don't do that.
Don't do that. Come on, Jared.
You got anything on this? I mean, listen, you can't win them all. But you keep taking 3 out of 4 in 4-game series and 2 out of 3. Like you said, 9 straight series wins. You got that.
Yep. No, I don't have anything for this because I was at work today. I couldn't watch.
Okay. And it's fine. It happens. All right. So why don't we jump into our awards of the week? And I don't think these are going to be shockers whatsoever. Let's change it up a little. Let's start off with the King of the Hill first, which we normally don't do. But Lisa, who is your King of the Hill?
You know week? Mine. I made it known earlier in the week. It is my boy Nasty Nestor Cortez Jr. The guy was just phenomenal. So for the week, he had a 1.13 ERA, 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts. His whip is 0.38, and opponent's batting average against him is a 111.
111 batting average.
111. 111.
Pretty good. pretty good.
Who's yours, Ed?
I gotta drop a comment here. We got Mario Consiglio joining us.
Hey!
See, we have some cool Met fans who will check us out. I mean, listen, it's all good. We're a baseball show.
That's right.
But we got no problem with them at all. But yeah, Mario, thanks for checking us out, man. I appreciate that. Because we got other ones who were just reminding us that we lost today. It's like, no shit.
Which we named twice.
Yeah, which
already,
we did.
And talked about the game.
I mean, did you assume that we didn't watch the game? I
don't know. It's fine.
It's all good. I'm pretty sure it's the only result he's seen all week. So
who's your King of the Hill?
My King of the Hill is Nestor Cortez as well.
All
right. So I was just gonna even go on to our
you were like
top of the heap. Yeah, that's in the back. Knew that. My runner-up though was gonna be Clay Holmes. Because I feel like he's got to get in there. He's been awesome.
That's fair.
And also Garrett Cole called his new sinker one of the nastiest pitches in baseball. So I mean, that's props from a guy who really knows their stuff. Mm-hmm. See, look at that, Mario. At least New York teams are in first place. We can't win at all. See, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. That's applause. Applause to another Met fan. And Cortez is nasty. Wow.
And he's complimenting a Yankee.
Look at this guy. See, you can do it. It's okay.
Thank you, Mario.
Mario, show some other people the way. All right. Let's go ahead and get to our top of the heap, our hitter of the week. I shouldn't have done this because I know where this is going. So it's Giancarlo Stanton.
Yes, it is.
Yes, of course it is. Over his last 7 games, he's hitting .444 with a .544 on base percentage and a .963 slugging percentage. 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, and 12 hits and 6 runs scored. Honorable mention goes to Aaron Judge, though.
Absolutely.
Because both of them are really carrying, they're leading the way and carrying the load here. So.
Absolutely. I actually thought you were going to pick Aaron Judge because you knew I was going to pick Giancarlo Stanton because whenever I can, he's my choice.
I should. I mean, I thought about going that way, but I'm like, I got to be honest, who I think it was. Very close race, though, on both sides.
Yeah. Both well-deserved.
Absolutely. All right. So let's go ahead and get to our preview of the upcoming White Sox series, which you had mentioned earlier, as the Yanks will be welcoming in the White Sox again.
And just to quote somebody whose name is on your shirt, it's deja vu all over again.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Shout out to Yogi Berra.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, game 1 is tomorrow, and that will be Dallas Keuchel, left-hand pitcher, 2-3 record, 5.54 ERA with 16 strikeouts. He will be facing our king of the hill, Nasty Nestor, left-hand pitcher. Nestor Cortez Jr.'s record should be better, but we'll take the 2-1 record. 1.35 ERA and 49 strikeouts on the season so far. Game 2 on Saturday is, I hope I say his name right, Michael Kopech. He's a right-hand pitcher, 0-1 record, 1.54 ERA and 33 strikeouts. And he'll be facing off against Luis Severino, who's a right-hand pitcher, 3-0 record, 3.63 ERA and 38 strikeouts on the season. Game 3 will be on Sunday. Johnny, I'm going to say Cueto.
Johnny Cueto, yeah, making his season debut.
Season debut, right-hand pitcher, 0-0 record, 0 ERA, but 7 strikeouts. And he'll be versus Jameson Taillon. Can we hit for him, guys? Like, can we?
Yeah.
Please.
We don't support Taillon and Monty very well.
No, we don't. We gotta help them out. Taillon is a right-hand pitcher. He has a 4-1 record on the season, 3.28 ERA, and 27 strikeouts.
Yeah, so I hope the Yankees can hit like they did in Chicago, last weekend, because I mean, boy, they would. Yeah, it seemed like with the Orioles series, the offense was started like slipping just a little bit, but they hit well today. But again, like you can't win them all. You can't also, bomb away every single game, and that's just how the game works. All right. Well, wow. With
that being said, I think that might be our quickest one.
Yeah, listen. All right. And, when things are going well, time flies when you're having fun, I guess, right?
Yes. And you can go eat dinner now.
I can. And I've got through. I didn't cough too many times.
So, hey, folks, just one more thing, while you're liking and subscribing all of the pages, please keep in mind that we sacrificed to do our podcast. I had to shove pizza in my face before we started today, and Ed was kind enough to give me 1 more minute to finish. And now he's going to go eat dinner because he did not eat before the podcast just so we could be here with you. If that's not dedication, I don't know what it is. We need you to continue to support us, folks. Ed, tell them how.
I'll tell him out right now, but we got one more comment from Mario here. I mean, he's killing it tonight. Your show is amazing, guys. Keep it up. Thank you so much for the kind words, Mario. And if you ever do a Rangers podcast, let me know. Have a great night, guys. Thank you, Mario. You have a great night.
Mario, Ed does not need to do any other podcast. He's already on about 5 million of them, okay?
It's a lot. But Mario, let's go Rangers.
If he does, he'll probably call you, Mario.
Yes, my voice will really take a beating then. But yeah, that's part of the reason my voice is in a spiral now. It started last Wednesday with the Yankees Rangers doubleheader, and I was pretty much shot since then. So I'm still trying to get through. But yeah, that's right, Mario. Let's go Rangers, as they are in the second round of the playoffs. But this applies with both teams. Thanks for joining us tonight, as always. We really appreciate it. If you like what you heard, go ahead and check us out on our Facebook group, the Empire 161 Show group. Go ahead and join us. We talked about, there's a lot of stuff on there that we share and stuff and conversation every day that doesn't make the show. Because the show would be 10 hours long, so we can't do that. So you can go ahead and check that out. You can also go ahead and follow us on Twitter at Empire 161 Show, because we do have our own Twitter account. We share lineups and all other kind of crap on there too. So fun stuff. So check it out. YouTube. If you're catching us there. Like the Go Ahead Pop Culture Pros. Same thing on Instagram, whatever that happens over there. And whenever you find your podcast, subscribe to Pop Culture Pros. It's got a lot of cool stuff. If you're into comic books and stuff, we got Granny's Peach Tea. So I host with Jason. Cover all things comic books, movies, and TV shows and stuff. If you're into wrestling, check out the Just Too Sweet Show with Tim and Eric. If you like Tim and Eric a lot, you want to hear them talk about crazy stuff, Friday nights, Tim and Eric Show. Eric, again, congratulations on your 50th episode, buddy.
Good job, Eric.
Props to you.
I'm catching up. I'm catching up.
We're gonna get there. We'll get there. If you're into Disneyland, check out Skyline Reviews with Ashley. They're actually recording while we're on, so go ahead and a new episode will be out there. If you're into the New York Mets, which we do have some Met fans who check us out. Check out Falachi and Rodriguez and Keith on the Put It in the Book show. So you got that. If you're into James Bond, check out Jason and sometimes me, and always Chitty. They cover James Bond movies, and they're usually on Monday nights. So go ahead and be sure to check that out. So, all right, we will see you next week. Let's go Yankees. Enjoy the week. And Mario, yes, let's go Rangers as well. We'll see you later. All right?
All right. Peace. Take care, everybody.